Hey, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue on our flight into the amazing language. We last time talked about 良药苦口. So the yao, medicine, is bitter, but it's supposed to be good for you. So this good and bitter contrast in this phrase. And now we have 无药可治, same 药. Okay, I kept the character over here, just a reminder or review of what we learned last time. Yao starts with this grass symbol, this shape. This means grass, and it is very commonly used in Chinese language because we are agriculture based. A lot of symbols from the grassroots and that's there. But the bottom, this character actually means music because it got the wood frame at the bottom and drum set on top. So that's the most obvious merrymaking music drum set. And for Chinese, somehow this music set, drum set, was used to become music, like a general music, not just made by drums, right? And then eventually this character was merged below the grassroots. That means medicine. So apparently in China back then, the treatment of disease was considered good for you. It's either from herbs, right? Chinese medicine, which is herbal mixture. A lot of times it's tasty. And the other way is to make music so that your spirit are lifted. You don't have to take in anything. You're just take in the music. And that's another way of cure. So this character eventually, because the music making original character is so complicated, actually there are 5 circles in it. It's hard to draw. And since when you see a circular shape in Chinese, eventually all Chinese become rectangular, right? Anything with corners, everything is disciplined, so to speak. No circles anymore. So this character was eventually replaced. And this contemporary simplified Chinese version is actually came from a particular kind of grass, like a grass-based, right? It's a particular kind of a plant name. And eventually that plant name replaced this music-making drum set character to take its place to mean the general medicine. So, okay. 无药可治. So 无 is a negation word. Long time ago, we talked about this. This word also has an amazing starting point because it came from dancing. And this dancing character has nothing to do with nothingness. But somehow in the past of language evolution, this dancing character was borrowed. And then in the 1950s or something, it was simplified to just this simple stroke. And actually from this, you can kind of tell the story why this is negation. Because this is letter 2 or symbol 2. Chinese, we have 2 horizontal lines stack up. That's digit 2. Okay. The bottom is like a human figure, but a little bit separated for the construction of the character, because if it's closely connected with this, it's another word. So it becomes like separated person, a little bit person figure, and then this 2 horizontal line, as if it's to say like no, like if a person tried to look for something, it's a stop sign, another stop sign. Okay, that's my story to it. But in any case, it's a negation and it's always put in front of a noun. So it has to be no something. So in this case, no medicine, and 可 means can, came from this mouth symbol. This rectangular box is the mouth, and this this is like a podium. This is ancient podium. Somebody specified in talking to God, sing praise to God. So this character before is like, if it's a block, it means something verbal, speaking or singing, something from the mouth. And then this podium is location, or especially telegraph to receive, to communicate with God. So this means like you are back then some specialized persons communicating to God, singing praise to God mostly, right? You have to talk sweet to God somehow. So that eventually means get a permission. Probably this person, because he can talk to God, it can tell you God says yes or no. So that becomes a kind of permission. So no medicine can cure. This cure, okay, come from this water sign. So we talked about this ancient water is like streams, right? With the main body and then the two side streams going upway. Altogether, back then it was 5 strokes. It's pretty complicated. So when it becomes a commonly used character merged into other characters, it got simplified, put aside with just 3 dots. And it has to be pointing down, down, up, written top down, 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 up. And that's the water sign. So if you see that, it means anything related to water. And the right side, we have this block symbol again. That's, the mouth symbol. But in this case, it actually means a rectangle, means a square. And then something else sticking up. Okay, one thing I seldom see. Even if like Chinese, in Chinese, we have circles, right? Circular shape. But this is some pretty complicated circular or serpentine. Okay, so it got like one curve, right? 1 curve, 2 curves, 3 curves, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like along this line, there's 7 direction turning. Amazing. I seldom see a Chinese character written in so many curves, so many twists and turns. So it eventually got simplified into this, almost like a triangle looking, just 1 corner, 2 corner, that's it. But originally it came from 7 turning points. Okay, so as this medicine thing, it came from a particular yao and then generalized to represent every medicine. This zhi originally came from a particular river name. The right side simply is the sound maker and combined become zhi. But I mean, the right side by itself right now means Tai. I mean, sound like Tai and nothing like zhi. So language change, pronunciation change too. So a particular water name, 治水, is a type of water. A water name, particular river in somewhere in China, become generalized to use to mean, in Chinese, if we say 治水, it means not exactly navigate. I forgot my word. Irrigation. So ancient times agriculture, you have to direct the water to the farm, right? So that you can irrigate your crops. So that's one. Second, when the season comes and the flood comes, there gotta be ways to contain the water within its banks so it doesn't flood, like not control the flow of water. Water need to be controlled. So this 治水 actually came from this control water thing. And if we want to read further into character, it's like blocks, right? The bottom is this rectangular blocks, and you can view this as stacking up of the blocks. So that's the original concept of raising the banks with blocks so that the waters are contained. So that's the origin of 治. Simply 无药可治 means there you cannot find any medicine to cure this particular disease. So it's kind of fatal, like there is no cure for it. I put a plant over here in the snow, kind of fuzzy looking, simply to go with the character 药 because it's herbal based. But even if in ancient times, many generations of uncertified doctor back then, it's like who teach them, no, it's kind of a passing between that profession among them, generations of doctors summarizing, observing to what medicine used on people and it got cured or not cured. So all this Chinese medicine, the whole school practice or thoughts of it is still very influential in China. It's plant-based. So it's trying out different herbs to see what it does on people. So 无药可治. Cash into the currency of thinking by One Word a Day with Sophie. See you another day.